부시 행정부 시절 미국을 대표해 대북 협상을 맡았던 크리스토퍼 힐 전 동아태 차관보가 시카고 카운슬에서 어제 강연을 가졌습니다. 한국과 미국의 공조의 중요성을 강조하고 김정은의 정권 장악력이 강하지 않다고 분석했습니다. 뉴스 매거진이 크리스토퍼 힐 전 동아태 차관보의 강연을 정리했습니다. 크리스토퍼 힐 전 미 동아태 차관보는 북한의 잇단 도발 위협에서 한국과 미국의 긴밀한 공조가 중요하며 중국과의 이해의 폭을 넓혀가야 한다고 강조했습니다.
Take out of this kind of mess a renewed effort to try to work closely with the South Koreans because they are going to be facing the lion's share of this. We need to really make sure that out of this mess comes a strengthened U.S.-ROC alliance. And we need to see if out of this mess can be a better understanding with the Chinese.
힐 전 차관보는 2009년 북한의 제2차 핵실험 이후 북한의 핵개발 상태에 대해 정확한 정보가 없으며 천안함 폭침과 연평도 포격으로 대화의 터널은 급격히 경색됐다고 말했습니다.
The North Koreans then famously in 2009 did their second test. Later, They then, in 2010, showed off a uranium enrichment facility, which to some American scientists, which to this day we are not sure really is functioning or not. But anybody who says they know exactly what the North Koreans are up to, I can assure you, doesn't know, and that's what makes this current situation so difficult. So as we now come around, then the North Koreans engaged in some pretty horrendous provocations, torpedoing a South Korean Navy ship and lying about it. They then, in the end of 2010, shelled a South Korean island. Again, no effort to deal with the truth there, claiming that they were provoked. And so at that point, the negotiating process, I think, probably quite rightly, went into the deep freeze.
힐 전 차관보는 김정은은 현재 상징적 리더이지 아직 완전한 장악을 이루지 못한 상태며 군부는 외숙부 장성택을 포함한 고 김정일의 측근에 의해 움직이고 있을 것이라고 분석했습니다.
Kim Jong-un is about as not ready for prime time a leader as you will see anywhere in the world. I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that he has a clue about what he's really doing. I don't think he's really in charge. I think it's more he's a kind of cult figure or a third-generation cult figure, and I think the North Korean military is sort of calling most of the shots. The idea that they're being led by Kim Jong-un is probably not correct. It's probably more these military leaders. They're probably members of the nomenklatura, that is, the people that Kim Jong-il was able to satisfy with various gifts, these sort of what remains of the sort of party structure of North Korea. And so I think his regent, Chung Sung-taek, is probably a key figure. He's the brother-in-law of Kim Jong-il. Chung Sung-taek, I think, was behind those early efforts at firing some of the North Korean military that we saw back in 2012. But again, we haven't seen much of that since. I think it's probably clear that Kim Jong-un is not being well received by the North Korean people, and they are trying to showcase his leadership, and what better way to do that than to stand up to the U.S. So I think there are a lot of reasons to be very concerned that we have a leader who's not really a leader. We have a country that has no concept of how it's being perceived in the world.
또한 김일성과 달리 김정은은 주변국들과의 전략적 관계를 형성하지 못했고 경험 부족으로 북한의 현 체제는 오래가지 못할 것이라고 내다봤습니다.
You could see that Kim Il-sung, give to Kim Il-sung, and you could see that he had these relationships around the world that kind of made him feel like he was a somebody. I just don't see that happening with Kim Jong-un. I don't think he has any of that kind of strategic sense. You know, people say, oh, there's a hilarious video where an interview with his roommate or his friend from Switzerland. Actually, he stayed at the North Korean embassy or North Korean consulate. He was driven to school and picked up in a black Mercedes. But you know, I don't think he really picked up a lot from this so-called international education. So I think you're getting someone who is really, really not up to this task. And so can he keep it going? You know, I think, you know, cemeteries are full of diplomats who said, no, we can't keep it going. But yeah, I'll add my voice to that. I just don't see this going on forever. When it changes, we won't be prepared for it. And we need to have these relationships with South Korea. We need to be able to work very fast and with the kind of intimacy that, you know, you'd expect of a team. And that's why any of these things, we have to be very much, you know, flying in formation with the Japanese, South Koreans, and I think to a greater extent as well with the Chinese.
크리스토퍼 힐 전미 동아태 차관보는 현 상황에서 미국의 중요한 세 가지는 첫째, 한국, 일본과 긴밀하게 협조하는 것. 둘째, 미사일 방어 체계를 강화하는 것. 셋째, 북한의 도발 위협과 북한 붕괴 시나리오 등에 대한 중국과 심도 있는 대화라고 말했습니다.
And to the extent that we can affect this overall situation, I think our task ahead is pretty clear. Stay very close to the Japanese and the South Koreans. Thicken up missile defense for two reasons. One, because we don't know what the North Koreans are going to do. And two, because we know that that is something the Chinese pay attention to. And thirdly, I think we need to have a much more in-depth conversation with the Chinese. We have various operational plans on what to do in the event of a North Korean collapse. We need to kind of share the gist of some of this planning with the Chinese so that the Chinese understand what we are trying to do and what we're not trying to do. We are not going to try to station U.S. forces up on the Yalu River. We are not going to put listening posts up on the Yalu River. We are looking for, in fact, I think in the context of a united Korean peninsula, we'd be hard pressed to convince our Congress even to keep the 30,000 that we already have in South Korea.
힐 차관보는 강연을 끝맺으면서 4월이 매우 중요한 시점이며 동맹국들의 긴밀한 협조 가운데 북한이 입장을 바꿀 가능성에 희망을 걸었습니다.
So I think if we can pull that off, I do believe that April is a crucial month. I think these annual exercises will be coming to an end. Maybe some of North Korea's bluster will be coming to an end, although that remains to be seen because I don't think the North Koreans know how to pull that off. My one sense of optimism on that score was one time I was talking to the North Koreans and I objected to some nasty piece of propaganda that they were issuing, and I said, I can't believe you're saying that. And he said, what, you don't want us to say that? I said, no, I want you to say this. And he said, okay, we'll do that tomorrow, it doesn't matter. So, you know, in short, while for us a politician might have a big problem reversing herself on an issue, I don't think the North Koreans are quite as traumatized by, you know, flip-flopping and that sort of problem that bedevils American politicians. So I think they could get out of this if they really wanted to. So it will depend on whether we can hang together with all our partners and allies, and I think so far, I think the administration has done a very good job on that. So.